Beijing and Shanghai boast impressive skylines, modern financial skyscrapers, and glossy residential towers. However, beneath the sleek appearance of these cities lies something of a significant concern. Beijing, the capital of China, has the distinction of forming the world's most enormous water funnel due to its subsidence. At the same time, Shanghai has experienced ground subsidence dating back to the 1950s, resulting in a 7-meter-long crack. Beijing's subsidence has caused deformation in 6 local subway lines. According to research jointly published by the North China University of Technology and Wuhan University in 2022, Beijing's soil subsidence rate and extent have been increasing recently. The study identifies that 6 out of the city's 15 subway lines experience an average annual strain rate of more than 5 millimeters, with some lines, like Batom Line, witnessing a significant average yearly deformation rate of 22.5 millimeters. The gravity of the issue is most pronounced around the He-Zhuanghu metro station in the Chaoyang district. The subsidence problem extends beyond the subway system and is widespread throughout the city. A survey titled Spatial Temporal Analysis of Land Subsidence in the Beijing Plain combining INSAR and PCA indicates that various regions in Beijing, such as the southeast of Changping County, northwest of Haidian District, east of Chaoyang Town, northwest of Tongzhou, southwest of Shunyi, and southern Daxing, have experienced land subsidence from 2017 to 2020. The northwestern part of Haidian, the eastern part of Chaoyang, and the northwest part of Tongzhou are identified as areas with the heaviest land subsidence, with Chaoyang's Jinjiang County suffering the most severe drop of 0.34 meters. This subsidence issue is attributed to the overexploitation of groundwater resources, according to experts who employed interferometer synthetic aperture radar, or INSAR technology, to track surface collapse. Shanghai subsided 110 millimeters. Appeared a 7-meter-long crack in the ground. Time magazine reported that as far back as the 1950s, Shanghai had already experienced land sinking, whereas other Chinese cities encountered this problem later, starting in the 1980s. Analyzing historical satellite images, the University of Colorado found that the ground in Shanghai has subsided by 110 millimeters since 1965, and the metropolis's ground level decreased by approximately 3 meters compared to a century ago. More than 50 cities in China, especially those in the Yangtze River Delta, Funhe-Weihue Basin, and the North China Plain, are confronting land subsidence issues. The potential consequences of subsidence are alarming, as accidents like sinkholes and cracks pose significant risks to residents. For example, in May 2012, a young woman accidentally fell into a 6-meter-deep pit while walking on the sidewalk in Xi'an City, Shanxi Province. Unfortunately, in April 2012, a woman died after suddenly falling into a hole filled with boiling water on a sidewalk in Beijing. In February 2012, CCTV reported a 10-meter-long crack in the basement entrance of the Shanghai Financial Center. In this regard, Shanghai Tower Construction Company replied that the gap in the ground was controllable and safe, but Time magazine argues that this claim is only partially correct. In addition, Jimmy Jiao, professor of geosciences at the University of Hong Kong, also points out that usually groundwater depletion is the key factor, but in Shanghai, urban development is also an important factor, because construction density is very high, and most of the high-rise buildings are located in soft ground areas. He described tall buildings on the ground like a weight on a spring. The State Council of China launched the China Land Subsidence Prevention Project to prevent this subsidence. In addition, in 2015, Beijing also launched the project Bringing Water South to Beijing to reduce groundwater exploitation. However, this can only alleviate the subsidence in Beijing to a small extent. Liu Wenjun, a professor at the School of Environment, Tsinghua University, once said, "The deeper groundwater cannot be replenished."